Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, YouTube. We're here doing uh, another nerd report, and I got a story for you. I think it's about time for us to change. The FCC is moving in a direction that seems crazy, but not quite crazy as you think. But before we get into it, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like, and also stay for the story. So, the story that we got today is coming to us from The Verge. And the FCC chair says that we're too dependent on GPS and want to explore alternatives. What is an alternative to GPS? GPS is pretty much runs everything that we do here in the world now currently. If you don't know what GPS does, if you follow a tech channel, don't worry, somebody will be happy to explain it to you like I'm about to right now. So for the most part, you have satellites that roam above. They are a lot of them are geo-locked to particular points around the world, and then your phone sees those radio signals that come from the satellites to determine your position. Naturally, you need about 4 satellites to give you a lock, so you can get a good triangulation of where you are within, like, I say 3 to 6 meters, or like a couple of feet, depending on how many satellites you have that your phone locks onto. You can get anywhere within a couple of inches of a person's location. So one of the things that you're starting to see now, which is like Apple's Find My network, is using Bluetooth to do something similar, which is you basically, the Bluetooth device pings out their location, and as multiple cell phones walk by, drive by, it says, "Hey, the last time I saw your phone was down the street around the corner." And another person goes, "Well, I was next to it 5 seconds ago, and it says it was 10 feet from me." And it keeps doing that repeatedly to get a good idea. So roughly kind of like how satellite works, but a little bit less reliant on satellites from space and more reliant on how many people cell phones saw your device or your bags or tag that you might end up having. But what can we use today that will be better than GPS? That is better alternatives. That's what I'm asking the question of people today. I have a good idea, but I will share it. But going through the article, they're looking for something that can determine positioning, navigation, and timing. That's not hard to do, but it's hard in the traditional sense of what we do today. And the funny way of asking, we already come up with a way to do this. So cellular kind of does this by triangulating your position via radio waves. Same exact thing that satellite does, but it needs 4 or 5 satellites to triangulate. Cellular needs about 3 to get a good idea, but if the signals are closer, you can get a better triangulation. So one of the things that you can end up doing is actually using, and hold on to your seats, millimeter wave. Millimeter wave at closer distances will give you more reliable signal, plus it will be a physical point closer to more people. The way that we currently deploy millimeter wave today would probably not work as well, which is one of the reasons why, like in the cellular community that I'm part of, we have different opinions about millimeter wave, but it's being used as tracking when you're trying to find, let's say, a lost remote that has an AirTag on it. If it uses the millimeter wave on the phone to triangulate the position, it functions exactly the same exact way. But you need a lot of millimeter wave nodes in predictable spots that can be used for triangulation, like when driving through a tunnel. Satellites don't work inside of tunnels, but millimeter wave nodes do. So if you have millimeter wave nodes positioned every 100 feet, 200 feet in a predictable manner, you could actually determine where somebody is in real time if you needed to locate them, because you know those nodes do not move. Those nodes do not go anywhere, so they are fixed locations on a map. So the same exact way GPSs circle a particular point all the time, and you receive this signal from a fixed point, that's how you triangulate the position of where you are. Don't get me into the math. I don't know. I'm not going to do a deep dive on how GPSs work, but that's the fundamental idea how it works. But what you want to do is, if you want something that is as dependable as GPS, then what you have to end up doing is come up with something that's as fundamentally usable. One, you use it for cellular, and two, you use it for positioning. So you're killing two birds with one stone. You're getting the cellular signal for calling 911 and different things like that, so people can stay in touch. But you also have the redundancy of knowing those nodes don't move. So more nodes give you better triangulation. And you don't need many of them. You could triangulate somebody's location via a cell site. It becomes more of a problem when you get into urban environments versus rural environments. You don't have as many buildings involved, so cellular can be a little bit more, it can triangulate a little bit better. But when you get into urban environments like a bigger city, then the problem you run into is you need to put more millimeter wave nodes everywhere. And light fixtures would be the perfect place. They're as close to the consumer as it possibly can be. It sits over top of the roadway, which gives it better coverage, and you get more redundancy as you have more lights everywhere. So it kills two birds with one stone, and those light poles don't move. So that's my alternative for GPS. You can still use GPS, but as you get into more urban environments, being able to triangulate somebody's position a whole lot faster via millimeter wave. But tell me what you might think. Let me know in the comments below what technology could be used as an alternative to GPS. I give mine as millimeter wave because we're already moving in that direction, and it will be a natural progression, because as we start moving up in the G's, we're getting smaller and smaller waves. So the nodes are gonna have to get closer and closer. So that's my 2 cents on the matter. Thank y'all for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think, and we'll come back with you another one. Y'all have a good one.